15 to 20% of the U.S. population have signs of dyslexia or have been diagnosed. I myself was diagnosed with dyslexia in first grade. Today I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the learning changes and obstacles that I've gone through in my life. As a child in dyslexia, I had to learn how to cope. For me as a first grader, it was the hardest thing to do. I had to change. I lost a lot of friends because people thought I was different. I had challenges with my spelling tests, math tests. As time went on, I learned how to cope with it. I had amazing teachers. In Haynes Elementary, I had Miss Kumani. At Cedar Valley, I had Miss Morris. I also had my third grade teacher, Miss Bonds. They're amazing teachers that helped me grow to the person I am today. As time passed and I got older, I learned to cope even more. In high school and middle school, I never wanted to be that person to be shown out. So I always try to tell my teachers on the side, I have this learning disability and I want to find a way to work through it. My teachers helped me with either giving me a test in a different color, because it's proven statistically as a dyslexic student that if you get a test or a reading chapter in a color of blue or green, you understand it better. It makes your mind think, and your mind doesn't trick you and switch everything up. In high school, they used to give me a little kind of clear sheet. It was of a color. You'd put it over your reading and it was easier for you to read. As I grew, I never wanted, like I said, to be called into a class. I didn't want to be that person that was different. For me, the easiest thing was having the support of many of my teachers, my family, my friends, there. So if I ever had an issue, I could go to them to help me. After high school, I grew even more into the person I am today. I continue to struggle every day with dyslexia. It's not something that goes away. The majority of people that were diagnosed as a child stay with dyslexia their whole entire life. There's always going to be some form of it that's going to affect you, whether it is math, reading, writing. I myself have a hard time writing sometimes, and I have to use spell check all the time. For me, it's been something that shaped me into the strong person that I am today. It's what helps me push in school, day in and day out, to continue to keep my grades up in A's like I've always had. In high school, it was hard for me because, like I said, I didn't want to be called out. So I would struggle in classes and try not to focus myself on my work. But like I said, as I've grown older and I've grown, I continue to use stuff to help me. For one thing, as an adult, the thing I've found that helps me the most when I'm writing, especially in a meeting at work, I use a blue, a purple, or a green pen to separate out my stuff to understand it. For me, it's not easy growing up as a dyslexic student. I've struggled year in and year out with it. I'm 25 years old. I still struggle with it. It's something I'm never going to grow out of. But I've had to find stuff that helps me cope as a person to continue to grow and be stronger in my education.